Ladies and gentlemen, how the devil are we all doing? It's the naughty geisha. That's different. Welcome to this week's top 5 camps, everyone. Now, I'm sorry that this video's a day late, but as you can probably tell by my voice, sounding like I've got a ball sack in my mouth, I'm actually stupidly ill at this point. However, the show must go on, so let's take a look at this week's camps. In the number 5 spot this week, we have our good friend Reika Wolf with the Raider Safe House build. And right off the bat, guys, I'm absolutely loving the fact that Reika's chose to build in and around a pre-existing structure. Especially this one, because you don't see many people building here. You know what? Sod it, I'll throw up the location of this on screen now, so if you want to build a camp here, you can do. Now on the outside, Reika actually hasn't done much to it. Sure, she's thrown a bit of junk around, but it's the interior where this thing really comes alive. Now, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, many of these inaccessible buildings that you can build your camp around can actually be glitched into. Now, there's numerous ways to do this, but Reika's chosen to use a piano, and I like that. I've never seen that before. As I said before, guys, the interior on this is very well done indeed. Everything from the floors, to the walls, to the decor has all been done by Reika. When you glitch inside of one of these pre-existing structures, there's literally nothing in there. In fact, most of them are quite glitchy and rather weird. So the fact that Reika's managed to get it this well put together, yeah, top marks. All in all, Reika, you've done an awesome job with this one. A very rarely used location, absolutely incredible decor. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 5 spot. Before we go any further, I just want to make you aware that your judge this week is Nux. If you've seen any of the previous top 5 competitions, you'll no doubt be familiar with this man. He's an absolutely incredible builder, and I'm sure it'd be much appreciated if you head on over to his channel and show him some love. Anyhow, back to the top 5. In the number 4 spot this week, we have Purple Haze with the Black Diamond camp build. And yet again, we have a really unusual and very rarely used camp location. And you know what? I can see why it's very rarely used as well. It looks like an absolute kick in the penis, or for our female viewers out there, a clam slam, to build anything here. Aye, I imagine that mountainside was an absolute bugger to build on. Now then, the main structure itself is quite small, it's quite minimalistic, but it is a rather nice design. It's very neat, very compact. I don't mind that at all. The interior has some really cool features. You've got that cable car hanging down as like some form of chandelier. That's different. I've never seen that done before. Proper ingenuitive. We seem to have some form of sauna / steam room instead of a normal bathroom. Yeah, mixing it up a little bit. I like it. The whole thing is just very well done, to be honest with you guys. I really can't find anything wrong with it at all. Purple Haze, thank you very much for entering this week. You've done an absolutely fantastic job with this one. Congratulations on the number 4 spot. Coming in at number 3 this week, we have Moonlight Cowboy with the Barrel Barndominium. Barndominium. And guys, this is one really, really clever build. Right off the bat, it may not be obvious, but Moonlight's actually built this around a pre-existing structure. He's actually used one of the pavilions near the Gorge River Bridge. And by working some witchcraft and wizardry that I have no idea how it functions, he's managed to, come up with this thing. And it looks absolutely incredible, especially the roof pieces of the pavilion there with the beams coming down over the side. That really does add to it. Now, I'm not saying Bethesda should add roof pieces to the game like that, but Bethesda should definitely add that to the game, 100%. Another thing that works really well with this exterior is the glass wall set and the timber. Personally, I would have thought that'd be too much of a clash, but it actually works really well together. I'm impressed. Now, if we take a look at the interior, you can really see the roof of that pavilion and how incredible it looks. All the beams that are exposed, it does actually look like a typical English barn conversion, to be honest with you. Decor-wise, Moonlight hasn't actually gone over the top with it. He's kept it nice and simple, and I think it works really well for this build. All in all, mate, you've done an absolutely stellar job with this one, pal. I imagine it wasn't that easy to pull off. Those pavilions are not the nicest things to work around. But either way, you've smashed it. Thank you very much for entering this week, buddy, and congratulations on the number 3 spot. Very well deserved. So viewers, how many of you are thinking to yourself now, you know what, my camp could be in the top 5 competition? I bet there's a couple of you. Well, it just so happens in the description of this video, there's a link to my Discord. Click on that and just have a look around. You'll see the weekly submissions section, and yeah, post your camp in there, and who knows, you may be in next week's top 5. Anyhow, back to this week's top 5, and in the number 2 spot, we have I can't do it. We have Epicface with the abandoned toxic lake settlement. And guys, this thing is bloody awesome. It's also bloody large as well. I was quite surprised to see that this is indeed built in adventure mode. Now, instantly, I'm getting Megaton vibes from Fallout 3. I don't know why, I just am, alright? It 1000% looks like a wasteland settlement, doesn't it? You've got the curtain wall going around it, which I have some idea of how you've got that shape. And if it's the way I'm thinking, viewers, trust me, it's not the easiest to do. It's quite fiddly. As well as the wall, you've got all the little structures inside of it that do look like they've just been thrown together using any shit they could find knocking around. This is a properly immersive build. I like this one. Now, decor-wise, it is a little bit sparse, but that's absolutely fine. Remember, it's an abandoned settlement. It's not going to be filled to the brim with, you know, bloody trinkets and whatnot. And I imagine with the size of the build itself, you was probably starting to run a little low on budget. Either way though, the areas that you have decorated look absolutely incredible. You've done a really good job on it, pal. Very well put together indeed. Honestly, I absolutely love this one. The immersion levels are through the roof. Like I said, the structure itself looks like something a wastelander would build. And the fact you built it on top of a little bit of water as well, that does add to it. You know, the radiation barrels that are floating around in it and all. Alright, top marks all round from me, pal. Epicface, thank you very much for entering the top 5 this week, and congratulations on the number 2 spot. Very well deserved indeed. Right then, so now we come to the number 1 spot. And who's it going to be this week? It's been a tough competition, I'm not going to lie to you. Unfortunately though, I'm going to have to keep you waiting for just a little bit longer, because it's time for the honourable mention section, yes. And yet again, we have 2 this week. And the first one comes in the form of Nina Alabaster's taxidermy build. And right off the bat, the most obvious thing is, what an excellent use of that prefab. You've decorated it absolutely beautifully. It must have taken you a while to, you know, get all that decor in there. Fair play to you. The way this video was filmed as well is really impressive. It's like it's a story, effectively. Just go over to it and watch the full video. It'll all make sense. Nina, thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the honourable mention. Now, the second honourable mention goes to Nuked Corn with the Creepy Cryptids build. And guys, let me start by saying the way this was filmed was absolutely incredible. It looked like a trailer to a game. It looked better than what Bethesda could do, to be honest with you. Now, the building itself is a really cool looking structure, very immersive indeed. I do like it. But my favourite part is the interior. I love a shop build, and this one is absolutely spot on. It's rammed to the rafters with crap, and I love that kind of thing. Nukecorn, thank you very much for entering this week, buddy, and congratulations on the honourable mention. Very well done. Right then, so I think it's about time we find out who's in the number 1 spot. And this week it's Milney with the Toxic Home build. And as with most of Milney's creations, this thing is absolutely incredible. It's immersive as hell. And the way you've managed to get the barn doors on it, yeah, that takes a little bit of fettling, let me tell you. I absolutely love the exterior on this one, pal. The way you've used all the different building materials. Like I said, the barn doors. That little overhang you've got going on there. Yeah, this has taken a lot of work. I think another favourite bit for me is the chimney that you've made as well. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you've merged the stone posts into the stone fireplace and then added some fire into the top of it. Like I said, I could be wrong. Please let me know. Building methods aside though, that chimney looks absolutely spot on. Mwah, chef's kiss. Now, the interior on this one is slightly different to most of Milney's builds. It's not filled to the rafters with crap. It's a little bit cleaner. Now, that's not a bad thing at all. It actually works really, really well with this camp. Everything's in the right place, just where it needs to be. And I must say, that kitchen is very well bloody done indeed. Fair play to you, mate. Milney, I'd love to go on about this for so much longer, but my voice is really starting to fail me now. Thank you very much for entering this week, pal, and congratulations on the number 1 spot. Hats off to you, mate. Guys, I'm sorry this video isn't up to my usual, already rather low standards, but I am really bloody suffering at the moment. I do, however, hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed some of the camps that were on show as well. I'd like to say a massive thank you to all the people that have entered this week. You all did a fantastic job. There were some truly amazing submissions. I'd also like to say thank you to Nux for judging this week. Like I said, guys, it isn't easy judging, and I'm sure if you went over to his channel and showed him some love, he'd really appreciate it. And as ever, of course, I'd like to say a massive thank you to all my channel members and my Patreons. The extra support is much appreciated. If that's something that any of you lot are interested in, the link's down in the description. Right guys, that's it for me. I'm going to crawl back into bed and die slowly. I shall love you and leave you, and I'll catch you next one. Have fun.